Between government action and inflation, which is a big moving part for us?
Without government action and
And
inflation.
inflation.
I think with government action, if inflation doesn't correct, it's going to be a problem. Both are equally important, but even if government acts and inflation doesn't agree, it doesn't correct. And there are a lot of factors beyond government's control. Government can't do anything for commodity prices. So I think inflation is the first very important, because surely you see in 2008 we grew 9%, we had 13% inflation, 11%. So we cannot have this kind of growth, and lower inflation. We have to have lower inflation. So as an economy, there should be structural change, so the inflation should be 4-5%.
An important question for our retail viewers and for some of our HNI viewers is that because of the recent financial adjustment, you have not changed your outlook for Indian markets, and you are reasonably confident that maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but the golden period for Indian stock markets has not started.
I would think so. I think even the silver has not started. From silver, will progress to gold.
Are you bullish on silver and gold both?
I'll have to ask my wife and tell you. I don't know.
But the risk aversion where everyone is selling EMs, everyone is buying gold, do you think that's not the correct way to approach the current financial setup?
I don't know all that. I don't go into all that complication. I have no asset class or investment other than equity. And my wealth is so much in equity that even if I buy some other asset, ultimately it's going to make no difference to me financially. So I concentrate my mind. But I have this feeling 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, golden period is still to come.
You are in no hurry to sell any of your investment stocks.
Well, I won't say that I won't sell, but at least the ones which are performing, I have no idea of selling. Because my return expectations, I don't want lottery, I don't want my stocks to double. If mature stocks give me 18-24% return it's post-tax, where can I get that kind of return?
Let me ask you a personal question. At 51, you made a commitment that you want to share 25% of your wealth. At 51, you're a capitalist by nature. Why have you made this commitment?
Well, I think the charity has its origins in religion and is accentuated by capitalism. The first thing I read about charity was, you read the life of John Rockefeller, who founded the Seven Sisters. He was so ruthless that he used to bomb his opponent's petrol pump. But between 1903 and 1934, in those times he did $1 billion of charity. And what's most remarkable is that in 1876, he was a clerk in Chicago with 6 children earning $40 a month, and he used to give 15% of that to charity. And he said to die rich is to die in shame. So I think I already give 20 to 25% of my dividend income. I'm going to give my assets. And I want to do it because I think the giver of wealth is God. And he has cast a duty upon me that be used for good social purpose. But remember one thing, it's only a pledge. I have not done it, so I need God's grace and elders' blessings to fulfill that pledge and see that money used efficiently and for good cause.
So how are you planning to progress on that front?
Well, I want to give this money in stages, and I made a pledge. I want to give at least $1 billion by 4,500 crores by 2020. I'll do it in stages, and it will be more back-ended. And then I will create an organization. I have a professional CEO. I'll identify the causes. I already identified some of them and work on them.
But you're a capitalist by nature.
So do you know one thing? The countries having the highest GDP are the Scandinavian countries, and they have the highest level of social welfare. So it's not that John Rockefeller was a capitalist. Some of the biggest charity in the world is being done by Bill Gates. He's a capitalist. Warren Buffett is a capitalist. Mr. Aziz Premji is a capitalist. That doesn't mean, why do you associate capitalism only with wealth and blatant competition and rat race and all? I think capitalism is very good. And it is capitalism which has taught me that capital is not important beyond a point. And I have enough for my children have enough. Why should I, जैसे पैसे की 5 करोड़ अच्छाई एक ही खराबी है, आदमी साथ नहीं जा सकता.
So is your wife shaking her head? She said, "Oh, why are you giving 25% of your money for charity?"
I made a mistake that I didn't ask her and said it. But when she heard about it, she had tears in her eyes. She said, "You give what you want. If you give more, I'll be more happy." She has no, particular liking for wealth.
So, Mr. Jhunjhunwala, before we wrap, how should we conclude the interview? What is your key takeaway, and what is one message you would like to send across to our viewers?
I think short term I'll be cautious. Medium term, if depends on how factors turn out, markets can have a good bounce. Longer term, I remain as bullish as ever. I am not disturbed by what's happening in India, either by the political problems or by the fact that people are legitimately, questioning India's ability to grow. I don't think that's going to, we'll face the problems, We'll ride over the hump and we'll grow more fast.
And which sector to your mind has potential to lead the next market rally?
Sir, it's a buffet. There are a lot of dishes. Eat what you want. Don't eat too much.
But sometimes the buffet can also get stale.
Well, if it is stale, then sell the equity. Yeah? If you feel it is stale.
This is Jhunjhunwala. What a delight to have you on ET Now. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.